Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told out of Voice Radio. So today, we're going to be looking at some little news stories. Fun news stories, good news stories, news that quite frankly you need to know. But news stories that did not quite deserve their own video. And first of all, would anyone like a free Suicune card? I mean, I'm hoping that the answer is a fairly obvious yes from the majority of you out there. Well, according to Pokemon.com, the shop Waterstones, over in the UK, that is a bookseller, to be blunt, they are giving away a free Suicune card if you spend $9.99 or more on selected Pokemon TCG products. That's quite cool. Now, it is essentially the same Suicune that's in Lost Thunder. Although, to be honest with you, we can actually go a little bit further than that. It is the same Suicune that was a pre-release promo for Lost Thunder, with one big exception, the big exception being, instead of being stamped with the Lost Thunder logo, it is stamped with the legendary Pokemon logo. Because it, of course, the year of legendary Pokemon. And that's it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the change. I mean, it depends where you come down on this, really. On the one hand, new promo cards are good. And giving away promos and stuff like Waterstones is really good, because there's probably a whole bunch of people that are going to go into Waterstones now and go, oh, if I buy this, I'll get a free card. That sounds like fun. I should go and do this, and it's going to bring people into the game, which is brilliant. Anything that brings more people into the Pokemon trading card game, as far as I am concerned, is pretty gosh darn good. Now, just to quickly correct, when I say it's the same card, I mean it does the same thing. So you can see here, all three of these are pre-release promo, the regular card, and this promo. They are all the Suicune from Lost Thunder. The one we're getting here, the legendary Pokemon one, that is the exact same artwork as the set card with the stamp, whereas the pre-release one does have alternate artwork, though it is the exact same card. Is it a good card? I mean, look, it's got Frozen Flow, which is a nice little ability. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may have your Pokemon switch their active with one of their bench. It's a repel. If it's in the active, it gives you a repel, which is quite nice. The problem is here that 70 for free energy plus heal 30 from this Pokemon, it's not exactly the best card ever. It's not a great attacker. It's got a useful ability, and certainly if you popped an escape board on it, for instance, to give it free retreat, then this could be kind of handy. After you play something like a Guzma, you pop your Suicune in the active, and then you use your escape board to give it free retreat after having used the ability. Oh no, hang on a second. Guzma's going to be the easiest way to get this in and out of the active, and unfortunately, you use Guzma to pick which Pokemon you want. You don't want to then use this to let them switch their Pokemon. Something like Jirachi that we've talked about coming out in a new set, that is absolutely something you do with that. Jirachi's ability is a trainer's mail with one extra card. So really this ability is only actually good after, say, a KO. And the attack isn't particularly good. So it's not a great card. But it's nice to have as a promo. And like I say, anything that gets more people involved is pretty good. Now, if anybody's thinking, hang on a second, is this coming in other countries? Well, actually, Game Mania NL, that is in the Netherlands, is also going to be giving this out if you spend €10 on Pokemon TCG products. Yay! And shout out to Primal Lugia for making me aware of this over on Twitter. So, nice little promo, kind of cool, not going to set the world on fire, but new promos are good. Well, in other news, the lovely Immunity, Matthew Varive over on Twitter, has shared this image of the deck box for the upcoming Japanese set. This is the one which is going to be Team Up when it comes out over in US, Europe, etc. And the one that is going to introduce us to Tag Team GXs, things like Pikachu and Zekrom GX, for instance. It is going to be a very, very exciting set. And the annoying thing is we don't know most of the Tag Team GXs we're getting. We know Eevee and Snorlax is coming. We assume in this set. That hasn't been confirmed, but it basically has. And we're fairly sure that Magikarp and Wailord is coming. I'll pop links to these videos in the description. Obviously, the artwork you see on the screen at the moment is not official artwork. It was a mock-up done by the lovely Hitmondrew over on Twitter, because we got this image of the Latin American International Championship promo. It's the image that's going on all of the mats, etc. And we also are fairly sure we're getting Mimikyu and Gengar GX. So given that we know we're getting Pikachu and Zekrom, and yes, the Mimikyu art was also done by the lovely Hitmondrew. So if we know we're getting Pikachu and Zekrom, we know we're getting Mimikyu and Gengar, we must therefore be getting Magikarp and Wailord. But we don't know much else about this set, other than these, what we presume are 4 Tag Team GXs. But now we have an image of the booster box, and what do we see here? Well, we don't see very much, but we do see 3 images on the side which show us Pokemon which are going to be in the set. So we know that we're going to be getting an Alolan Exeggutor, and there's nothing to presume that this is going to be a reprint set, especially after we just got GX Ultra Shiny, which was in and of itself a reprint set. So that's very nice. And so therefore we're getting a new Alolan Exeggutor. Now, Alolan Exeggutor itself, we've had the one for a little while, which has seen a fair amount of play. It's been a very, very good card. We also know we're getting an Alolan Exeggutor, an alternate art, in GX Ultra Shiny itself. And GX Ultra Shiny should be coming out in Team Up. So interestingly enough, when Team Up comes out in the US, UK, Europe, etc., we should be getting this alternate art Alolan Exeggutor, along with a brand new Alolan Exeggutor. We know we're getting a Mankey, which means we are getting a new Primeape card. We last got Primeape in Crimson Invasion. Primeape is really good. This does not leave me terribly excited. But we know we're getting a new Gyarados, and Gyarados is very often a very, very good card. Even where it's not good, Gyarados tends to be a very exciting card, like the one from Dragon Majesty or the one from Burning Shadows, both of which were pretty interesting cards. What's really interesting is, as I previously mentioned, we are expecting that we're getting Magikarp and Wailord GX in this set, the tag team. So that means we're going to be getting a Magikarp in terms of a Tag Team GX, and if we're getting Gyarados, we must therefore also be getting a new Magikarp. Although as a side note, right, the Magikarp from Crimson Invasion's got Submerge, so whatever the new Magikarp is, it's going to have 30 HP, they always do, and it's probably not going to have ability that protects it on the bench, so I'm not going to play it regardless, unless it's like obscenely good, which I don't think it's probably going to be. And the last piece of news, and this is lovely and I adore this, Piplup is coming to Build-A-Bear, which essentially means that I might gonna have to finally take the plunge and go do this. I've been avoiding going to Build-A-Bear because I've been able to justify not going, because although they've had cool Pokemon, they've not had my favourite Pokemon. Yeah, they're changing that. I adore Piplup. Piplup was one of the tables at my wedding. It was awesome. I love Piplup, and I love Empoleon. Now, when you buy it, if you go into Build-A-Bear as a shop, you can get Piplup, and you get an exclusive promo card. It is the Ultra Prism Piplup, which is the 70 HP one, which has got more HP, which makes it good. Although, as a side note, with Professor Elm's lecture coming out now, it's essentially you play the 70 HP Piplup unless you want to be using Professor Elm's lecture, in which case you play the 60 HP Piplup. So that's kind of cool. Again, it's not a new card or anything like that. It's an existing card of a new stamp. But, you know, the collector in me, and I'm sure in some of you, wants to get this card as well. In terms of it being an online exclusive, that's not actually strictly true. But what is online exclusive is the Dive Ball hoodie. Well, why would you not want the Dive Ball hoodie? Look at the raincoat. It's fine. Look at the dive ball hoodie. Oh my god, it's amazing. So I think this needs to be an online purchase. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be getting some new cards that we know about in our new set team up. And there's a promo Suicune coming. And there's a Piplup promo because there's a Piplup Build-A-Bear. All of this makes me rather happy indeed, but I would like to hear from you, lovely ladies and gentlemen, as to whether this makes you happy or not. So please make sure you go nuts in the comment section, but I would politely ask that you remember to be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And do make sure you check out my other channel, Wassy Plays, youtube.com/WassyPlays, where you can find Dragon Ball videos and Transformers videos and video game videos. It's a lot of fun. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.